Good afternoon everybody, and a good day is for Cardano. When we look at this one, we are up by about 10% today, so a pretty impressive rise. When we look over the past 7 days, this really is kind of a breakout from the trend that we've been seeing. Really the past week or so has just been continuous moves down. Zoom out to the past month and you'll see that the same trend continues. We saw highs much earlier in the month of 1.1, so clearly we're down a lot from that. The absolute lows that we've seen up until now are at the 0.61 mark, and if you zoom out to the past year or so, you can still see that we are up from our lows, which were significantly lower at 0.3. However, from that ultimate high, we are down quite a bit. The question is, I guess now, what comes for this? And with a day rise as big as what we're seeing, could this be the start of a new trend? And could we see this start to break out and perhaps more upside coming? Well, for this, in my humble opinion, of course not advice, just my opinion, we need to have a look at the past 7 days. Now, like I say, this is a very, very quick and very steep breakout from the past trend. When we look for something like this, a lot of people obviously like the hype. A lot of people perhaps want to get in immediately. Obviously, you guys can do what you want. That's your decision. But for me personally, I look at this with a more long term in mind, right? And a lot of the time when we see these bigger jumps, the question is, how long can they be sustained for? And that's exactly the question that I would be asking right now. When it comes to what I would do here, I personally am going to keep my eyes on this one. I wouldn't buy this right now. That's my personal opinion. I would keep my eyes on it for a day or so, maybe two, and then obviously update. Now, of course, if we see this continue to rise, that's when I'd be asking if this is a start of a new trend. However, from the highs that we've seen today, we've seen a little bit of a dip already to 0.77. Again, with the rise that we've seen, everything being considered, that's not really bad at all. And if we see this trend continue or stabilize at this levels, maybe we're on the start of an uptrend. However, when a lot of people like to look at these and say, is this the breakout point? Of course it could be. However, for me personally, I think it is just a little bit too early to say. In terms of what I would do personally, I'm going to keep my eyes on this one. I'm going to be watching this one into the next couple of days. And if we are able to hold, ideally above these levels that we've seen in the past be difficult, around the point of 0.7576 perhaps, I'll be interested to see if we can hold on to that. Past that, we could see this continue to drop. We could see a slow trickle down. Again, at this stage with a 10% rise in a day, all of these things are worth considering. Again, if we can start to break above these levels at 0.79 into 8, I'd be interested. However, I'm certainly just going to keep my eyes on this one for today. And I'm going to see where this goes. Let me know what you're doing with this one here. Thank you for your time, and I hope I'll see you soon. Goodbye.